Hi everyone, as you may know already, nowadays there are plenty of cameras out there that feature either Super 16 sensor or Super 16 crop mode. A lot of new ones are coming out with such features as well, so a lot of lenses that have been irrelevant for quite a few years are becoming relevant again. The lenses I'm talking about are of course the Super 16 zooms and primes. So today I want to feature my favorite Super 16 Cine set. And I also believe that it's one of the best value for money Cine sets out there. The lenses that we see here are my Zeiss Superspeeds Mark 1. They were also known as B-Speeds. These were the first Super 16 Superspeed lenses produced by Zeiss. They were followed by Mark 2 and Mark 3 versions, which are a bit more expensive. But I decided to invest into Mark 1 because they were the most affordable while offering the same image quality. The set is comprised of 4 distagons, 9.5, 12, 16 and 25. So all of these lenses have speed of f1.2, which translates into t1.3 for the Cine guys. That is really impressive speed, as you probably know. So that's a really good thing about these lenses right away, but there's definitely more to come. The aperture rings on this are of course clickless. They are really smooth, and you can choose from T1.3 to T11. I've been mostly trying to use them at T2 by using filters and things like that to limit my exposure. You can also use them at T1.3. They are usable at T1.3. They have this very gentle softness about them, similar to what you get with some filters like Pro Mist and other modern filters that you put on modern lenses to make them look like vintage lenses. Here you get that right in the lens. So at T1.3 we got a bit of softness, a pleasant one, definitely usable. By T2 the sharpness really comes in and they become much punchier, more contrast. The colors are really good as well. If you want even more sharpness, obviously T2.8 will give you even more, but from there on I think it's all pretty much the same. These lenses did not look like that when they originally came out. They did not have the 80mm fronts that I have on there. There was no follow focus ring and they didn't have PLs on them. So let's talk about the price of these lenses. They are not as cheap as vintage Steels lenses, which is kind of understandable because after all they are Cine lenses. But each of them will set you back about $1,000, and it might sound expensive to some of you, but if you compare this to their Super 35 equivalents, the Zeiss Super Speeds for Super 35 cameras, then these are real bargains because the Super 35 equivalents will cost about $10,000 each. So these are almost 10 times cheaper than the Super 35 equivalents. I've used both these, obviously because this is my set, and I did use a Superspeed Mark III 35mm set, and I must say that the look that both produce is quite similar. I'm sure the optics used inside are not the same, but the overall look is carried over into this little Super 16s. So if you like that Zeiss Superspeed look that you may be seen in some Hollywood films, these lenses do have that look. And they are fairly affordable. You know, they are within reach of any serious cinematographer, cameraman, whatever you want to call yourself. If you spend your time, save some money building one of these sets, then you will have a great look coming out of your camera. So like I mentioned already, these lenses didn't look like this when they were originally released. The 80mm front was added afterwards. These are not expensive nowadays. You can find some of these 80mm fronts for as little as $20 on eBay if you are lucky. The follow focus ring was added afterwards as well, and these things are becoming cheaper and cheaper. So that will maybe cost you between $60 and $100. And at the back we have the PL mounts. This is the only thing that I added to these lenses myself. I bought this PL mount from RAV Camera. If you're not familiar with RAV Camera, it's the seller that makes various adapters for all sorts of Russian lenses, as well as the PL adapters that you can use on any of the vintage Cine lenses if you want to convert them into PL. And these adapters are really cheap. I think they are maybe the cheapest PL adapters out there, and yet they are really good quality adapters. One of the great features that these adapters have is that they have 4 cutouts on the mount. Usually the really cheap adapters you find on eBay will only have 1, and you can only position your lens in one direction on your camera. But with this adapter you can position it in 4 ways. So depending where you want your marks to be, either for your focus puller or for yourself, you can do that with this adapter. So I highly recommend RAV Camera PL adapter for any of the ARRI bayonet lens that you would like to convert. And the lens cap also came from RAV Camera, also the cheapest PL lens cap that I found out there. So yeah, definitely a good seller with good quality products at affordable prices. So this is pretty much all I want to say about this lens. I hope this little talk was useful to you. Maybe it will lead to some good investments, some good discoveries of great vintage glass that you haven't been aware of previously. This is basically the goal of Vintage Lens for Video, opening the eyes to new old glass, if you know what I mean. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll definitely see you in one of my next ones.